Dialogue with Deidre. I'm your host, Deidre Malone. I want to thank Daphne McFerrin, the director of the Benjamin Hooks Institute for Social Change, for being on my show, specifically the first half hour of my show. But I have two gentlemen, guys, biker friends, who are on my show right now, and they're talking about something really, really exciting for Memphis on two levels. Clark Preacha Chambers is in the house. Tom Haas Lewis is in the house. Guys, thank you for being on Dialogue with Deidre today.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Look, you guys had some big announcements today, big news conference, and so glad you're able to be with us today to talk about the big news that you dropped on Memphis today. Talk to us about the Safe House initiative, Preacha.
All right. First of all, we're glad to see you again.
Glad to be here.
Thank you for everything that you all have done for us. We really appreciate that. We wouldn't be where we are without you.
Glad to be a part, and hate I don't have my T-shirt on right now.
We'll give you a pass this time.
Please.
The Safe House is phase 2 of Bikers and Social Clubs for Change. This is actually now working with the people in our high crime communities. Target age group are middle school students, but we present a package for the total family. And the objective is to create the awareness of that you have a choice. And it's time out for making bad choices. It's time for you to start making good choices. So in these safe houses, we want to have computers inside them. Want to have the opportunity for you to make music, instruments, drum machines, stuff along that line. We want you rapping. We want you singing. We want to bring back some of the culture that Memphis is really all about. Home of the blues and rock and roll. You know, some great singers have come out of Memphis, out of these communities, and there's some more talent that exists. And the main thing, though, is causing people to start thinking outside the box and moving away from the crime. Of course, we're leading the market as far as us blacks being locked up.
Right.
You know, it's time for something else. It's time for us to glorify something other than going to jail. Okay?
So, Preacha, but how long have you and Bikers and Social Clubs for Change been thinking about this concept of safe houses? And Eddie, put up the rendering so people can see what the house could potentially look like in terms of the design.
The vision we've been following since '93.
Okay.
1993. We started with the Trinity Riders Motorcycle Club in 2008. And following that, we moved. 2009 was our first outing with Bikers and Social Clubs for Change. Mm-hmm. First outing was in the Clementine Apartments, and we had I think that Saturday, we had at least 100, maybe 120 bikers, and at least 20 or 30 vehicles. And when we were coming down Parkway, we took Kerr. And on Kerr, there's a hill that goes down, mm-hmm. and it comes up to Elvis Presley. And so I was in the back with all the gear and everything in my pickup, and it was everything I could do to keep from crying, because normally when you see that type of procession, it's a hearse in front.
Right.
You know, but here we are now with all these bikers, and everybody's excited, and we're going to a community to talk about hope, talk about change, and talk about being positive. And so it was really effective for me, and that's been our thing the whole time. Is making an impact.
Right.
And now we're able, with phase 2 of Bikers and Social Club for Change, which is the safe houses, we're able to now leave something other than just literature and other tokens of us being there. Now we're able to actually, these safe houses will be there. And so once we leave, there's safe houses there, and they can still use that to educate themselves, to do something other than be mischievous. They can start thinking outside the box. We can move from being one-dimensional and start, adding some substance to ourselves and thinking and seeing outside the gate, if you will.
Well, Preacha, what's exciting to me is to see you and Tom together, mm-hmm. really trying to push this agenda of unity, mm-hmm. and brotherhood, and trying to make things happen collectively with your organizations. Tom, talk about how much this initiative is going to cost. I know we, and I say we as a group, as a community, have to raise money to make sure that this is a reality.
We do. Excuse me. And our initial safe house will need to raise at least $500,000 just to start moving the dirt and developing the facility itself. And we'd like to, our ultimate goal is to raise at least $1 million so that we have the operating costs for the first year covered as well, equipment and all things it will take to get it set up. And of course, one of our main funding force is the Memphis Bike Fest.
Memphis Bike Fest 2015. Woo woo! Tell us about it.
Near and dear to my heart, since I'm responsible for it. When Preacha and I started talking about this a few months ago, it's just a project that I fell in love with from the get-go. Besides falling in love with him and having the honor and really the privilege to work with Preacha, the cause itself is so needed, so challenging, so frustrating, and so wonderful, all wrapped up together. But if you believe in Memphis, and if you believe in that my neighbor is your neighbor, and what happens to you happens to me, we don't have any choice. We've got to do this. Preacha had a dream of expanding the Bike Fest, of diversifying it, while still not letting go of its traditional roots. And he charged me with that responsibility to make all that happen. And it is a challenge, but it's a heck of a ride for a biker, and I'm enjoying it. The Bike Fest will take place in July 22nd through the 26th. It's going to be 5 days of brotherhood, music, and celebration. And those are the three themes that historically have made this event.
Well, we know that you've got a fantastic band that's coming, and
we
can talk about that now.
We do. I can't tell you how many times we've gotten affirmation by that band that we're on the right path. As recent as this morning, Preacha and I were talking some strategy, and along came one of the great songs from the classic the classic rock and funk group called War, and they're our headliner for Saturday evening.
That's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be exciting.
Turn down for what?
And they come on stage right after we give away a motorcycle. So all kinds of good stuff taking place.
We already have like one sponsor. We're working on sponsorships now, right?
We do. Well, and actually we've got several sponsors. We've got one platinum and one gold.
Okay.
Which is fantastic. And we're just getting started on sponsorship. We hope to announce those around the 1st of April.
Okay, wonderful. And so with that, though, if there's somebody out there interested in being a sponsor, guys, what do they need to do?
Well, the easiest thing to do is go to our website. And we just launched it today, MemphisBikeFest.com. And we also launched our super early bird ticket sales. We put a few hundred tickets on sale at a very low special price just to kind of kick it off with and celebrate the opening of the website. But information about sponsorship and quite a bit of information about the fest itself is now on the website. And if you can remember Memphis Bike Fest, you can remember the website.
And we want, and Tom, we want all of our viewers to make sure that they go to the website, but also go to the social media pages, Memphis Bike Fest, and like the page and get information.
Absolutely,
on what's
same
going
way
on.
with Bikers and Social Club for Change. Because we've got an organizing event a week from tomorrow, a workshop on safe house programming. A visitor from New York who works with the gang areas, gangs in that area of our country, is going to come give us some advice and some insights on how to set up these programs. We've got an outing on Saturday, March the 7th. And so we've got lots of work to do besides this Bike Fest.
Right.
But the Bike Fest is certainly a focal point of mine, and I'm digging it.
Preacha, you happy so far?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic. We're just glad to be in line with the vision. We're glad to be current, in now times. Our past, has become our purpose. Our messes that we've made has, they're now our messages, and it's on point with where we are now in nowadays time. It's necessary for our people to start paying attention, and thinking outside the box.
Well, and I know, Preacha, that you and Tom and your organization has been working with government on securing property.
Yes.
So you want to talk about that process?
We are so thankful for County Mayor Luttrell, Don Kennard, the Land Bank, Nico, and Bob Ward, and the rest of them down at the land bank. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's happening is we've acquired properties now on Florida in South Memphis. And South Memphis is where I'm from. I told you guys earlier today I was at Carver High School. Okay. So
Ralph White was in the house at the news conference, was he?
Yeah.
Carver was in the house.
Yeah, Carver was in the house. Carver was in the house. And we have another property that we're in the process of acquiring on Kansas. So they've been helpful with that, and they're helping us to move forward as swiftly as possible. We're just excited about it. The opportunities that are before us, and we started in South Memphis, but Preacha, Raleigh, Smoky City, New Chicago, all those areas, Orange Mound, as we not Binghamton, but Banghampton, we're on our way, and there's no stopping us, and we're hoping and praying that this will catch on, not only just here in Memphis, but in other cities as well, because we're not satisfied with the results that we've been getting from our people, and now's the time,
And I know, Preacher, that you have support of the Sheriff's Department and the MPD for what you're trying to do, and so that's so important because what the organization's trying to do is really give back to the community in a big way, and that's by changing somebody's life.
Right.
So
we appreciate the Memphis Motorcycle Set, them getting out, all the clubs and the social clubs, being a part of what we're doing from over the years,
Right.
And they've hung in there, and now we get a chance to see the fruit of our labor.
Right.
And we have the opportunity to be the front runners and the ones that are on TV. But hopefully we're a good representation of everybody else that's a part of this organization.
Well, I want to give you two an opportunity to say final words because I have some additional bikers in the house that I want to bring on the set.
Thank you.
So, what would you like to share with our audience before you get out of here? Preacha.
Little John has a song that says "Turn down for what," and that's where we are. We're not turning down. We're excited. We're looking forward to bigger and better things, and we're gonna keep bringing change. And we're going to keep it radical, baby. So, keep hope alive. Stay blessed.
What I'd like to say is please keep us in your prayers. It is a tough job. But also celebrate with us and go to the MemphisBikeFest.com website, buy some tickets, and plan to be with us in late July as we celebrate not only this great cause, but just this great friendship.
Excited about it.
Yeah,
Look at this. Right here on Dialogue with Deidre. When we come back, Don Juan is in the house. He'll be on the set. You're watching Dialogue with Deidre.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Hello, friends. I'm concerned about the health of our African American community. According to the American Heart Association, our rates of high blood pressure in the U.S. are among the highest in the world. And diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, physical inactivity, poor nutrition, and smoking are causing us to suffer and die from stroke at alarming rates. In 3 John 2, the Bible says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." Visit powertoendstroke.org and become empowered to take care of your health. You are the power to end stroke.
Wow, Teller Brown is your drugstore, and your drugstore. Hey, we everyone's drugstore. And we're located at 3333 East Chevy Drive, 794-3690. All medical plans. We support supported living, assisted living. We do it all. And guess what? We even have a $4 plan. Hey, call to ask Dr. Brown about that. I gotta go because she's coming with those boots.
The Carter Malone Group is a full-service public relations agency. Celebrating 10 years of being in business, the Carter Malone Group is located in Midtown Memphis and represents clients across the country. No matter what size your business, if you are interested in promoting your product or service and increasing your market share, contact the firm that can help you meet your goals. The Carter Malone Group. Call 901-278-0881 today.
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier. Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day.
Keep it with me. Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, have a good time.
Planting seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
Can make a difference. One book can inspire. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life.
People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
This presentation gives some recaps of the reopening weekend for the National Civil Rights Museum. In 2013 and 2014, the National Civil Rights Museum underwent a $27.5 million renovation to further support its mission of education, information, and inspiration.
This is such an important day for the National Civil Rights Museum because on the site of a great crucifixion has been a great resurrection, and twice over, because we did that first in 1991, and now we have a new National Civil Rights Museum where we hear voices of everyday people, so many more than most people have ever known, and many that people have forgotten about. So this museum stands as a testament to those voices and those people and to the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Welcome back to Dialogue with Deidre. I'm your host, Deidre Malone. We want to know what you think about today's show. It's been a great, great show. I have two gentlemen in the studio. They're bikers as well. Show Enough is in the house, and Don Juan is in the house as well. They have been bikers for a while. We're going to start with you, Don Juan. What got you interested in becoming a biker?
Well, I actually have been interested in it since I was young, about 15, 16 years old. But at that time, I was up on my mom's supervisor, and I really couldn't get me a bike. So once I got grown and able to afford me one, I got me one.
Sounds like me and my sons. My sons wanted their ears pierced and they wanted tattoos. And they did all of that on their 18th birthday because I wouldn't let them do it. So what is it about biking that you enjoy?
Well, I enjoy the basics about that. I can be able to get on my bike when I want to get on my bike and be able to ride and enjoy the city on my own. And the fact that there's a lot of brotherhood on the set, on the Memphis set. And there's a lot of stuff that goes on that you really ain't got to worry about nothing.
Okay.
If you get out there and you're doing it for the right cause, you won't have no problem.
So your brothers and your sisters, will they have your back?
1,000.
Okay, that's good to know. And so you are a part of Bikers for Change.
I'm a part of Bikers for Change.
And Memphis Bike Fest.
And Memphis Bike Fest. And I'm also the vice president of Show Out Riders.
Oh, okay. So are you excited about this upcoming year with Memphis Bike Fest?
I believe my hands is up. I think it's going to be a great turnout this year.
Good.
Everybody that's participating, everybody been participating well.
Good.
So, I believe we're going to have a great year.
Sure enough. How long you been a biker?
I've been on the Memphis set for, this is actually a little over a year on the Memphis set. I rode motorcycles since I was 18.
So you originally from Memphis?
I'm originally from Chicago.
You're my homeboy in the house. Okay, so how long have you been in Memphis?
15 years this January.
Okay, 15 years. So only been involved in this set about a year.
Yes.
You play, what role do you play? I understand you have a position. You in competition with me.
Well, as far as with Bikers for Change, I do, I'm in charge of public relations with the clubs, and participating with the clubs on different functions that's going on with Bikers for Change.
Okay. So, you really enjoy being a biker?
Oh, I love it. I love the ride.
What do you love about it?
As far as the set is concerned, I love the brotherhood. I love the fact that I can go somewhere and not have to worry about drama or, somebody stepped on somebody's shoe, now you mad, and fights break out, innocent people get shot. I like the fact that we can interact with one another. Also, we can be able to, if Don Juan has knowledge about something that I don't, he may know somebody, it's networking.
Right.
Basically networking. I love networking of being on the set. It's not about how fast I can go or how many tricks I can do on a motorcycle because I'm scared.
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
Right. So you want to ride safe?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
What do you say, because, people that are going to be watching this show, some of them may have this perception of bikers. And I have to say that with me getting to know a lot of the bikers, that you guys are all about giving back to the community. And that's a wonderful thing. But sometimes that's not the perception. A lot of people are afraid. Should they be?
No.
They shouldn't be?
No.
Why not, Don Juan?
Because it's actually, when you judge a book by its cover is where you mess up at. And before I joined the club or before I became on the set, it was always said that, oh, this is going to go on or that's going to go on. But I actually had to put my body and myself there to understand what goes on.
Right.
Now, a lot of things that folks told me, oh, you're going to have this going on or you're going to be able to do this. I ain't saying none of it. But brotherhood, I see it.
So it's just like any other organization that you get together, you have a good time, you ride your bikes, and then you have a social conscience, it sounds like, too, because you're wanting to give back to the community.
Yes, ma'am, at all times.
Okay. Sure enough, same feeling?
Absolutely. It's always good to be able to have love, and that's what I believe like I said, I'm from Chicago, so I know, what violence look like.
Yeah.
I know.
What side? South side, west side?
South side, Hermitage Park, 58 Woods.
Oh, okay. Which high school you go to?
I went to MLK actually.
Highland High School in the house. Okay, all right. I want you guys to wrap up this show for me by just sharing with our viewers what you think is important about what you're doing with the safe houses, what you're trying to do with Memphis Bike Fest, or whatever you want to share with them about being a biker.
Okay, first off, it's education. Educating one another for those that don't know and won't know. That's what we're here for. We reaching out to the community to give a helping hand, or if you need questions, you need guidance in something that you're lost on in life. We got a lot of members a part of Biker for Change. So if it's a problem or something and we in your community, come ask us. Come ask us. I mean, there's a lot of us that can reach out and help you on a day-to-day basis if you need that.
That's good.
And, we're here for the community also.
That's wonderful. Show up. Final words.
Well, ever since I've known Preacha, he's been wonderful. So I can almost say I follow him.
Okay.
Anywhere he go, almost.
He can be pretty persuasive.
Almost.
He can be pretty persuasive.
Yeah, he's a big old guy.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, the Bikers for Change is a great concept. I believe in giving back. If I had millions, I would do more. But I can do with what I have. And if I have plenty of time, so I'm more than happy and more than welcome to give my time to help the cause. I want it to be able to be where people are not afraid when they see bikers.
Right.
Don't be scared or thinking you got to grab your purse because we're about to start a riot, because it's not like that. We look intimidating possibly, but they're all big teddy bears.
Right.
It's just the love that we have for our set and for each other. And sometimes, if situations happen, we have to protect one another.
That's right.
And it's no different from any other family.
Well, this has been a great show, guys. Thank you so much. I think that
one set, one love with all of us.
One set, one love. I like that. One set, one love. All right. Okay. So I think with today's show, we've probably changed some minds, educated some folk, and we're going to have you guys come back on Dialogue with Deidre. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And viewers, I hope you enjoyed today's show. We're going to have Bikers for Change come on back on the show, Memphis Bike Fest 2015. You'll be hearing more about it. They'll be back on the show before the event takes place. You're watching Dialogue with Deidre. We'll see you next week.